Hello and welcome to Playlists. You know me, I am Sal Harold. This is episode 3, and my guest today, the man providing the playlist tonight, is my good friend, John Magliano. Mags, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty well, thank you.
We're gonna start with some Blink 182. It's a different show today.
Old school Blink-182. Travis wasn't even in this. This is their first drummer. Fucking he was an alcoholic. They kicked him out of the band. They said you have two options: you either quit drinking or we're gonna kick you out.
Yeah. Dude, I can't believe they broke up
Again.
I was like, wow, okay. A lot of people were hurt. They were just like, dude, you can't break up.
Not only that, they picked up a new member this time.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird, when there hasn't been a band, I think, maybe My Chem is probably, my most favorite band that broke up.
What band is it?
My Chemical Romance?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
other than, they were a band where I was like, oh, shit, they broke up. Oh, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
I ended up seeing their last show in Hollywood.
Really?
Oh, my gosh, that was an awesome fucking show.
No kidding. I didn't realize they broke out, to be completely
Yeah.
honest.
And I was just like, fuck, no more My Chem. I like My Chem.
That's crazy.
I don't know, none of my bands have broken up yet. They would take long hiatuses. My bands would just, go off the radar for a while, and then they'll come back.
Which I can understand. A lot of bands just need that, that break.
The Killers are that band. Literally, Brandon Flowers put out a solo album. It sounded just like a Killers album. It was pretty much a Killers album.
Yeah.
Every song had, a member or two of the Killers.
Yeah.
And it didn't sound any different. It's not like he did a rap album. It sounded like a Killers album. It was, slightly different than a Killers album. But they're just Brandon wanted to make an album. And we're like, alright, man. It's all right. And then they came back with an album after that. It was Killers, and you're like, all right, cool.
Let's see, Killers are good too.
Fucking Killers are I don't know, it's weird, but they're a favorite band. Just because I grew up with the Killers. I don't know, it was weird.
Yeah.
My mom, my dad, everybody loved Hot Fuzz, and this is when I was first getting into music. That was just at first I was over it. I was kind of okay, I get Jealousy and all those because they were playing it over and over again. I was I don't know, I'm not really feeling it. And then Sam's Town came out, their second album.
Yep.
And wow, that is my favorite album. It was just a great album from start to finish. It's them going to Vegas, because they're from Vegas, so it's just
so
their...
it wasn't an album where you only pick one or two and that's it.
Yeah, it wasn't I don't know, Hot Fuzz is just a compilation of just their songs, whereas Sam's Town's more like a story.
Yeah.
So that I just was oh wow, and I love every song on that album. And then I saw them live for that tour. That was my first concert. So I was like, this is the greatest band ever. But
oh good.
them, and then I know you have them.
Who?
Avenged Sevenfold.
Yes, I do. I like their old stuff. Not their newer albums. I'm not a huge
Their new
fan.
albums are good.
It's a different Avenged though.
No, honestly, it's different, but it's grown because their first albums, their first two albums, they're more they're heavy metal to get out there. At that point they had to be the heaviest to kind of find to
Heavy
grab people's attention. Once they
double,
grab people's
drum rolls
attention,
and
they're
shit like that.
yeah, and then by City of Evil, that when they first got big,
That was a
when
good
they got
album,
popped,
though.
but that was a great fucking album. So you're fuck. And then the album after that was just their self-titled,
Yeah.
which was
That was the Black and White album.
yeah, and all of those songs are Afterlife. Yeah, it got played a lot, but because it's a great song, and only Dear God is you're kind of because it's a country song, so you're
Yeah.
I mean, it's a.
I didn't really think of it that way.
And then Buried Alive is a good. I don't know, Buried Alive. I didn't feel it as much.
Is that the most recent?
No, the most recent was Hail to the King. Have you heard Hail to the King? See, I saw them on tour for that album too this past summer. Oh, it was cool. I heard the album but I wasn't like, I don't know. I didn't hear it like right. I kind of just heard it like for a day or two, and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to like listen to it. So like I knew some of the songs, but like then they were playing just more songs. I was like, wow, they're such great. Like, and I remember just how great Avenged is too. So that concert was awesome. I need to go to a fucking concert out here, man.
Yeah.
I'm dying. I don't care like who. I was looking. I'm more than likely. I saw a show in Rhode Island.
Yep. Where? Do you know?
$25. Maybe Providence.
Ooh, Pravi.
I don't know. Walk the Moon for $25.
That's dirt cheap.
I'm like, that is worth it. So like, if I find somebody like with a car willing to go, like,
You go.
yeah. Like I'd even drop the 50 just so I have 2 tickets, and then just be like,
Damn.
car, like, let's go. I have to ask a girl first.
Yeah, you got it.
I just feel like, yeah. I fucking, this girl I was talking to, I had concert tickets in Boston, and I was
To what?
hyped to go. It was a small band, Priory. They're like a small little new, like, I don't know. It's like the new wavy, like, Foster the People type bands.
Huh.
And like, I don't know, I knew one of their songs that was playing on during the summer. Like, they were on like a smaller band. Like, they even presented themselves like, oh, they have this one song, like, it's kind of cool. Like, literally, this is the only song you can download from them.
True.
And like, I was like, all right, it's kind of cool. And there's tickets for them for $2. I was like, a $2 concert that I know one of their songs is pretty decent. And I'm like, that's gonna be a decent show. I mean, it's like Foster the People type music, so it's like a cool little dance vibe, but it's not gonna get too rough and anything. Like, you're just gonna sit there and chill at a concert.
True.
And like, I was like, all right, I'll take her. And at first she was down. She was like, all right, let's go. And then I think we had a scrimmage though, like that weekend, or
Yeah.
we had something that weekend too.
Ooh. Shit. Not bad. Oh, new song on.
We had something that weekend, and I was like weary that I was even gonna get the chance to go. And she was so down. And then like the week before, she was like, you know what? I don't think I'm feeling it. I'm like, what? It's like, she was like, I don't know. I don't really like concerts, like being around people like that. I'm like,
Well,
what?
I can understand.
How are you not gonna like being
That-
in a concert? I love being at concerts. That's like
Yeah,
gonna be
but
my
some-
job.
There's a lot of people out there that are so like claustrophobic in people. and
Yeah,
they
I
can't-
understand.
They don't like being in people's face or bumped around.
I
See me,
understand.
I don't mind. I get into it.
That's what I'm saying. But like, that's what I realized. I need like a person that
And see, that's
I
why.
could go to a fucking concert
No,
with.
but that's just right there. That's why I miss music from like 90s and 2000s. You watch those concerts, like everybody's so close, everyone's into it.
They're
No
just, like,
phones
cool.
around.
They're just
and,
like jamming, and you're like,
people are listening to the music and actually getting into it. While nowadays it's like everyone's too busy Instagramming or
Yeah.
Snapchatting, Vining, whatever you want for concerts. They don't even listen to it. It's
see,
like
I cheat. I Snapchat I will Snapchat either a chorus of like a song that like I'm cool with. Like, okay, I know this song, but I'm not like, it's not like one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
So I'll film it during that, or I'll film it on a song I don't know. So I'm like, I don't even know this song, or like when they say this is our new song, and you're like,
True.
I'm not gonna know this shit. So I'll film that part. So I'm like, all right, I got that snap, so everybody
Yeah.
knows. But then I'm good.
See, and it's like it's almost like society today treats like if you go somewhere, you have to use social media to tell people, or it's like you weren't there. Like people won't believe
Yeah.
you anymore. People be like, you did not go to that concert, and it's just like, all right, well, I don't have any proof, so I can't prove to them. But everyone's gonna be like,
Yeah.
oh, picture, we were there.
I mean, that's just like
Uh,
normal though. People have been taking pictures forever.
Huh? Yeah. No,
so I mean-
pictures. All right. But like, just anything else.
I mean,
just
yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just different.
go for
'cause
the
it's like-
music.
Yeah. Almost. See, that's how easy it is because we got to reintroduce this show. This is Playlist. We got to a deep conversation. Loving my guest today, John Magliano, Max. An awesome vibe, different vibe from our other shows. Again, like the page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter at PlaylistPod2015. Get your song of the day. What's your song of the day, Max?
Ooh. I am not sure just yet.
Try to find something to play.
Huh?
I said like.
I have to find one.
Yeah,
right
find
now?
a song of the day.
Oh, this is gonna be really tough. All right. I'll choose this one.
This is my guest today, Mags' song of the day.
This is FCP Remix by The Fall of Troy. The reason why I chose this as the song of the day is because I learned if you listen to the guitar riff, it's actually a very, very complicated part, and it's very tough to do. And I learned that a 16-year-old wrote this song.
Wow.
Right? Think about that. When we were 16 years old, what were we doing? We were like a sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
Just doing anything. And this kid is just doing riffs that are so tough. They're on a video game, Guitar Hero.
Yeah. Wow.
Do you ever think about, I don't know, it was on Guitar Hero 3, I think. And it's like, that was a song that was actually really difficult to play.
That's cool.
The kid was 16.
That's just mad. Yeah, you just did this out of respect. Like, this man just went to work.
You would think, like, maybe like a 22-year-old who's just really focused on the band. Like, when you're a young band, I mean, there are a lot of bands that did make it from when they were 16, but at the same time, there's other bands that they start so young, and it's like, they don't make it out of their garage, you know?
I know. That's crazy. You gotta respect, that's like the LeBron James of music right there. Like, he just was like, you know what? I'm a freak at, like, just my nature.
And just play.
And I'm gonna just do this, and they're gonna discover me early, and I'm gonna just be awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I was blown away by it because I was trying to look for more music like this song.
Because it's not like striking, like how like a young pop person would like if another 16-year-old artist would be like a pop princess or something, and like that's not like strike where the iron's hot or a lightning in a bottle type people.
Yeah.
Like where they're only so like this was just straight talent.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh shit, like he was cool at this time. That's just pure musicianship.
I just thought that was really interesting that he was like able to like write this part. Like, this sounds extremely tough. At the same time, I'm a drummer, I'm not a guitarist, so I wouldn't exactly know. But from what I've learned, this riff is difficult. I think it's awesome.
So wait, he wrote the whole song or just the guitar?
The guitar.
Okay.
But I mean, it's
still
a difficult guitar part. Which, I don't know. I think it's pretty goddamn like impressive. Yes, another song right.
What's the name of this song again?
The name of this song?
Yeah.
This is FCP Remix by The Fall of Troy.
This is our song of the day on playlist. Providing our playlist today, John Magliano, Max.
How you doing?
You want to make any plugs while we're here? Any Twitters, Instagram, Snapchats?
Well, if you guys are looking for a good time on Twitter, when I do go on my little Twitter rants and tweet out funny things, follow me at JohnMags13. That's JOHNMAGZ 13. And now that's the same username for all of my social medias. So it's pretty easy.
That's Twitter, Instagram.
Yep. Yeah. Snapchat if you're really feeling lucky.
Yeah, he's actually very funny on Twitter. I like your tweets. Your tweets are.
I try to keep them funny.
I generally like your tweets. You're just like they're just witty.
Because like the way I look at it is, I like to tweet out funny things because when you're on Twitter, what do you like? Do you just read random tweets and you get bored, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, can't wait to get my nails done, doing this, doing that. And you're just sitting there and you're like, tweet something funny, tweet something like cool or just something that makes me want to read.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's fine. We're being interrupted by two of our biggest fans, actually. Chippy and Aaron, Big Pee-Pee Maroney. Outside our recording space. Groupies, man. And we have some guests.
Hi.
This is Playlist with Sal Harold, and we have just been welcomed by the lovely presence. That just brought some Oreos.
Oh my god.
That this show is gonna be now sponsored by. So sponsored by Oreos or Nabisco. If you like, somehow see this or hear this show, like yeah, I'd be so down. I will sell out for Oreos.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Oh, but yes, we have the lovely Trippy, because she stays trippy for life, and we have Aaron Big Beepy Maroney. That's a real middle name, by the way. It is Big Peepee. It says on her birth certificate.
Oh. By the way, this is Car Underwater by Armor for Sleep.
If you're unaware, you are on my podcast right now. We're recording. I mean, it's cool.
How long are you in?
Huh? About 16 minutes. So we just kind of started.
We were, like, so far we've talked about all different types of rocks and how at concerts nowadays, basically, it's all about the social media and stuff. Everybody has their phones out. Everyone's taking pictures. Everyone's vining, tweeting. Oh my God, this song's so good. Got to be at this concert. That they're not actually like into the music.
This is true. Very true. I just went to Garth Brooks, and I think my aunt had her phone out the entire time.
Right? It was like they don't listen to music, and they're like, "Oh, it was a great show," but they were texting the whole time.
Yeah. Back
Back in the day, these shows where everyone's trying to get as close as they can to the stage and just fucking freaking out and stuff. It's amazing. Social media has just ruined everything.
So faded. Trying to decide whether to record or eat Oreos. I'm like, how do I get this by the microphone and not make a lot of noise? Thank you.
You got it.
Again, special thanks to my guest, John Max. He's the homie. You guys know how the proper way to eat Oreos, right?
Take it apart.
Take it
The
apart.
middle.
No.
What? You don't like the milk?
Nope.
What?
Take it apart. Grab another Oreo.
Oh. And it's a double one.
Try not to break the cookie like I did, but
So it's gonna be like
then
a
you
double
make
stuff.
a double stuffed Oreo cookie, and then you get these two. They have a little bit of cream on them anyway. And then it's a nice little like cracker type thing, and then you have to bake it. It makes every Oreo taste better. Oreos by Nabisco. Seriously, hit me up. I think my cousin works for Nabisco too. She does. She's technically a cookie delivery person.
Ooh, here. Another
Which is an awesome job if you think about it. Well, it's not that awesome, but she tells me about it. But
another band name with numbers in it.
Sum 41.
The third one tonight.
You know what I think of whenever I think of Sum 41?
What?
Like American Pie.
Yeah.
I think of those type of party
Yes, I know exactly where this kind of music was played at a party, which is not even existent nowadays.
Like if we went to college 10 years ago,
Right?
we would be doing this right now. I find myself doing what I think a lot of 90s kids would have been doing in the in college.
Dude,
If you think about it, I'm playing Mario Kart, getting high, listening
drinking
to
beers and
like,
getting high,
listening to this type of music though too. I'm
game over.
I'm literally doing what 90s kids were doing.
We're keg parties and not people getting all fucked up and beating each other up, but just chilling and socializing. That looked like such a sick time. Heavy metal.
So you're the first person I met that knows how to party, knows how this could be party music.
I'm sorry?
Like you could like treat this as party music.
Right?
Like my friends like they like these songs, but they're like, okay, this is like songs you like kind of listen to,
No.
like when you want to like reminisce about when you liked rock. But like you can listen to this at a party and just be like, yeah, man. Like if they hear it, they'll be like, why is this playing at a party? Like what?
I mean, put this way to prove our point. If you were to walk into a party and this was blasting, how would you feel? Like, how would you feel, Chippy?
I don't know, because I'm so used to rap and all that stuff playing now.
You would feel weird.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. If I ever walked into a party nowadays and heard this, I'd be hyped, but I would understand why everyone's confused.
I feel like if it progressed though to a point where this song can't play,
True.
that's like my goal as a DJ, that I'm able to like progress and play this like at some point of the party, and people are still gonna be like, yeah,
Right? Oh, you know what I've always wondered? Why bands in the 90s had numbers in their names? Sum 41, SR 71, Eve 6,
311.
Blink 182, 311. There were just numbers.
It was just a cool thing to do.
right?
I wonder if you put them in order, like, I don't know. I'm too high to do that, but.
That'd be so funny.
We're gonna go.
Okay, bye, guys.
We'll see you
All right,
later.
thanks for joining us, Aaron Big Pee Maroney,
Welcome.
Chippy.
You're
Do you guys
welcome.
want to make any plugs, like Twitter names or anything? Like, just be like, yo, follow me.
Twitter, please.
I don't know. What's your go?
Okay. Mine's at ChippyX8.
Mine's at Aaron Maroney with 2 eyes.
Yeah. Remember to tweet at Aaron Maroney, Big Pee Maroney. Let's get hashtag Big Pee trending. How about let's do that?
Exactly. Thank you guys.
I feel like checking a curveball. This song, first time I heard it, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on the PlayStation 1.
That's another like great game. Like mine was actually Pro Skater 2 though. The one with
right,
Rage on
yeah,
it, because that's the first one I played. So I was just like, as soon as it opened with Rage, I was like, this game's gonna be
Wait,
awesome.
is that the one with like Tony Hawk doing like a 720 like off the half pipe?
It's like orange and it has a loop-de-loop for the first time. Yeah.
Those, dude, all the Tony Hawk old games are so sick because the playlist made the like
Oh,
game.
there was such great music. I was like, what?
Like that's the scene I wish I lived through. Dude, like you would have the guys that like would wear the fitted hats over their eyebrows
Yeah.
and like just used to get fucking hyped up over music like this and like was like ooh, and I don't know, like X Games and stuff.
Yeah, dude, I went to the X Games every summer. Like, even when I was still like late in high school, just because it was in LA like every year. Like my dad like would just get me X Game tickets. I saw Danny Way pretty much pull a fucking Undertaker, come back from the dead like 4 times. He was doing the mega ramp event.
Holy shit.
So he's go down. This thing is in the rafters. If you don't know the mega ramp event, it's like you go down this giant ass hill, and then you jump over this giant ass thing, and then you go up and then you fly 40 feet in the air, and then you have to land a trick.
That's crazy.
So
shit.
Danny Way goes, and I'm like, from the beginning, once I see it, I'm like, holy shit, people are gonna die on this. This is like a Hot Wheels track. Like, you cannot go on this thing.
No.
And it, like, the ramp is so narrow going down. Oh my god, I was like,
I would have some balls.
I was like, I would die on this thing. If I tried this thing, I would die. So they go down it, and I'm like, oh shit. Danny Way goes down it. I'm like, oh shit. Goes across, does a cool move, and you're like, oh cool. Goes up, it's like 30 feet, and then he lands a trick, and you're like, oh okay, cool. Goes back again, does a cool trick, goes like 33 feet, bang, falls, and you're like, oh that fucking hurt. Like it just looked like it hurt, and you're just like, fuck. Okay, that guy's dead. Like it took him a while. We're like, all right, that guy's like done. He's hurt. Guy doesn't move. Next round, Danny Way comes back out, and you're like, oh shit, he's hurt. Bust the move, and you're like, oh, he did this hurt. Like shit. Okay, Danny Way's the man. Next round, Danny Way goes back up, and you're like, oh shit, man, like he's still hurt. Goes like maybe 36 feet. falls straight to the floor, like smack. Like I was like he like landed on like his head. Like you're like, oh shit, like he died. He was not moving too for like a good like 30 minutes. Like it was scary. I was like, this guy died. He gets carried out on a stretcher and everything. And you're like, oh crap. They continue the games. Next round, Danny Way is back. Tries the same moves and lands it, and you're like, this man came back from the dead. How did he do this? How did he do this? Next round, goes up, hits 40 feet, bails out. His feet like don't land right on the ramp that you land on, and he like does a front flip, and then he's down again, and you're like, dude. Oh, and then it's already a joke by now. You're just like, all right, this kid's dead now. Like, there's not even a point.
He came back then.
Like, you're like, there's no way. What does he do? Comes back again and busts the trick. You're like, this man
What
can't
an
be
asshole.
stopped. This man can't be stopped. And guess what he gets?
Gold.
Silver. He loses to Bob Burnquist.
Oh, Bob
He
Burns, the guy with the glasses.
to Bob Burnquist. Like, I'm like, that's the nerdy guy for Tony Hawk. Like what? Know what movie beat him with too? Which like got my dad pissed because like we basically like chose like you're like, all right, if I choose who win gold, like I win like a video game or so like we just make like small little bets. And like he was so mad because I picked Bob Burnquist. I didn't know any of them. I was just like, oh, I remember Bob Burnquist from Tony Hawk. Like I would go with him. The move he wins with is like when he goes down the mega ramp, he goes over the thing and he spins like complete like 360, but like he doesn't touch the board. What? So like as he's just mid-air, like he just spins, not touching the board. Like it's like a video game, and you're like, whoa! Like he's literally doing his video game character.
Oh my god, that bugs me out.
Like he wins that.
That shit must have been wild.
Like he goes down, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes, and while he's over that like gorge that you have to go, so he's like this, and he's like that, doesn't touch the board, then land, and I think he does like the same thing, like not touching the board, and goes back down. And you're like,
What the?
how the fuck did he do that?
Dude,
But that
bugs
beat,
me
he
out.
was like, what? This man died 4 times,
He comes back and pulls this shit.
and you're gonna give that man? You didn't even use his hands. Like what?
What wild.
And then I saw like this motocross one, and it like the move was called I don't know what happened. It was just a sick ass move. It was the day I think before Pastrana's double backflip, but it was still awesome because like it was right before the double backflip. Everybody was talking about this because it was the freestyle motocross, so like they could just like do whatever trick. It was the best trick. So I was like, oh shit, that's cool. So the guy goes up. One of the guys though tried to do a front flip and like landed on his head, and the bike fell on him, and like he didn't move. And I think I saw on like Fantasy Factory or the Pastrana's show that he was like done after that, or he got a big surgery after. Like he was like done for a while.
Forget that shit. That's just crazy.
Yeah, but like the guy who won, he like did a backflip, and as the bike was backflipping, he did a backflip himself, like on the bike, and then caught himself, and then you're like, what? Like how did he? What? Like I can't even do that. Like with like a toy. Like how did you do that?
That shit's wild.
Like that's insane.
Just people are freak athletes. Oh, back to Tony Hawk though.
I love that like we're talking about skating and everything and listening to like this type of music. Like
Right?
we're just living like the old like skater scene now.
Dude, the skater scene. Like, then you got all this kind of music. Then you'll get like
Again, if you don't know, because I'm sure a lot of you who listened to the first 2 episodes are very confused. Like even on my first episode, there was Foo Fighters, but like it was newer Foo Fighters. This is older music. Like
Dude, skater.
Oh, that was Bullets on Parade by Rage Against the Machine, and this song right here, one of the greatest songs of all time. Actually named the greatest song in the 90s by VH1. So you can't knock VH1. They're like, dude, this song and Living on a Prayer was named #1 song in the 80s.
Yeah, now that I think about that,
I was
I
like,
would say VH1 is almost 100 times more accurate than MTV is. with music.
I like VH1 way more than MTV. VH1 at least like, I don't know, VH1 had like those cool like pop culture shows, like the
Yeah.
top list or like, oh, I remember the 80s, like they would go by
Yeah.
decade. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like it was a cool little history lesson. Like I was like, that's like the history I want to learn. Not like
Yeah.
no fucking revolution or shit. I don't care about all
Right?
those
MTV,
people.
MTV has gone from music videos, TRL,
That's like right.
Fridays.
That's right when MTV like straight cut music and went to reality.
Right?
Like it was that same time because that's when like Real World was getting big and like I think maybe the Jersey Shore was like I think maybe a year or two away. But like all those type of shows were like the only Teen Mom just started and you're just like that's
Teen
all they're doing. Like
Mom,
they're
like,
no
what?
longer doing music. They maybe only did one countdown show on a Sunday. But other than that they did nothing. And VH1 was still doing like music and it was still doing shows related to music, which was great. Like okay, or at least movies. Like they would do like all those things like all the best movies or I'm like that's a fun show. Like
Yeah. And like,
and they had VH1 Classic. VH1
Yes.
Classic is the
yes,
one
it's
of the
just all
my
throwbacks.
favorite stations ever. Did you ever watch That Metal Show?
I've watched a few episodes. Yes. And I like the way they think about music.
Yeah.
It's very they are very good with theirs.
Yeah.
Cuz like they know every
They know their metal.
detail like
They know their metal.
there's a game they play on like Stump the Somebody. I forget what it is.
Stump the Trunk and like they
Stump
ask them like these ridiculous like type of questions about bands and you're like he's like, "Oh yeah, that was like the backup guy
Or-
from Rainbow was like
Yeah,
the
you
guys
just-
are like how does he still know that?"
right? And like not only that, if he didn't exactly know, he knew 90% of
Yes,
the scenario,
like, it was
but didn't know the right
rare,
answer.
yeah.
It's just weird.
Like, was it this or this? It was like, it was this. And then they'd be like, yeah, that was like his second band. And you're like, I didn't even know he had those two bands. I thought he always was in this band.
Right? They're good.
That's a dream job.
Oh, absolutely.
Just, you're paid to
To
talk
talk
about
rock.
metal, like, and you have metal guests. Like, you talk to Lita Ford and Ozzy Osbourne and Chris Jericho. Like, you're just like, Rob
Ozzy
Halford and...
Dude, Ozzy Osbourne, how the hell is he still alive?
I don't know, but he is. Maybe he's doing it right.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Dude,
Ozzy Osbourne lived this long. He's doing something right. And he's
Bro.
having a pretty good life. He's had a pretty cool life.
Dude, doctors have studied his body to try to figure out how he's still alive from all the drugs he's done. Can you believe that? That doctors actually went to you and said, let me study your body to figure out how the hell you're still alive?
Which is what is crazy now is that he's like almost literally like I won't say like a zombie. Like which is what Ozzy Osbourne fucking is. Like he's already like a dead he's like the Undertaker of fucking like heavy metal. Like he's just the old dead guy.
Bro,
And you're like, yeah, okay. You're
I
always
watched-
gonna be the old dead guy. You can't die. You're the old dead guy. You're already dead.
watch the documentary on him and what he does before concerts and stuff. Bro, he rides around in a freaking motor wheelchair because he doesn't want to walk. Are you kidding me?
He's a fucking rock star.
You can't even understand him when he talks.
I love, but when in his music, like you hear every single word.
Mhm.
When he sings, you hear every single word. That's the same thing with like Oasis. Like most British rap like artists, like you have no idea what the hell they're saying, but when they sing, you're like, this, I understand you entirely. Like. Now it smells like Teen Spirit by Nirvana on Nevermind album. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, I got a question for you though.
Should I play this song or wait?
Wait for like the question, cause like
Okay.
it's a different. It's just going back to that type of music,
Okay.
like the grunge. Before we move on to something, what is the best album in the '90s? Well, the best grunge album at least. 10 or Nevermind.
10 or Nevermind.
10 by Pearl Jam or Nevermind by Nirvana. The best grunge rock album, like just what's the better album, pretty much? Because those are two what people consider the best albums of the '90s.
I know. Cause I lean more towards Nirvana. I'm gonna have to go with them. Cause I've been listening to Nirvana longer, and I've enjoyed their style.
Well, no, I'm
more.
saying, are you picking
I'm picking
that
that.
album?
Never mind. Yes.
So you're picking that album,
Yeah.
okay.
Just because the style on the CD is very good, and their style in general is very good. So I've just been more of a fan of them than Pearl Jam. But Pearl Jam's still good.
And me and my friend talk about this all the time. 'Cause that album is still.
Right.
I don't know. I have a soft spot for the Nirvana one,
Mm-hmm.
just because that's like pretty much which is crazy about how our generation is. The first album I ever paid for was Nevermind.
Really?
And like my like everybody was just like, why are you gonna like actually buy the music? Like at that time I was already downloading music online and stuff.
Yeah.
But they're like, why are you always download? Why don't you just download? I'm like, nah, I just like want to buy this out. Like it's Nevermind. Like I have to like listen to this album. And it was my first like iTunes gift card.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought it on iTunes. My first album was bought on iTunes, which is like weird to think. Like I've got albums I bought for me before.
Yeah.
Like I asked my mom for like a Linkin Park one, a Simple Plan one. Like I asked for CDs. I got Killers ones and Metallica ones. Like I got CDs, but like they were given to me or stuff. It was never I bought it physically with my money. So that's when I bought that, I was like, this is the first album I ever bought.
Damn, I don't even know the first album I bought.
I don't know why you find your next song. Let's reset the show. My name is Sal Harold. This is Playlists. And I am here with the lovely Mags, John Magliano.
What are we doing?
And he is dropping, we are having a rock and roll history lesson pretty much here. And now we're bringing in punk, a little bit of punk now with the Misfits.
Yep. Hybrid Moments. Fun fact, got into this band through Jackass. Jackass 1. I remember I used to watch it probably every other night in bed on my iPod video with my iHome sitting right next to my head. That's how long, like that was how long. And I used to play the sound out of this or at my iHome. And I used to watch the movie of its entirety and watch the credits and stuff. Because in the credits there was always good music.
Yeah.
And I got this one. And this is old too.
Yeah.
This is a concert that I wish I could have gone to.
Yeah, it was
but
rowdy.
I don't think I would fit in with that crowd.
Yeah, that's like super punk. Like even the people who like even though the logo's kind of like a cliche, like the actual, if you actually listen to the music, you're still like kind of like pretty punk. Now you have to be a pretty punk person to listen.
Yeah,
to
you not. Yeah, like I can sit here and listen to this music.
But to go to like a I don't know, I would go to a show just because like I'm like, oh shit, it's a Misfits, but I'd have to be prepared for a Misfits show.
Yeah,
like it's like not. I wouldn't go to a Misfits show all the time. Like I couldn't be that type of music all the time. Like if I'm gonna go to that type of concert, it's gonna be the Misfits. Like
picking it up a little bit.
Quickly before this, that was the Misfits.
Hybrid Moments.
Hybrid Moments. Misfits or the Ramones? Or the Clash?
Ooh.
Those are like the X2, but X was kind of like, I don't know. They're like the X was good. I don't know. It's weird. But I say the three top, like when they innovators of punk, it's Clash, Ramones, and Misfits.
What about Sex Pistols?
Oh, Sex Pistols. Sex Pistols are probably the creators.
Yeah, see, there's a lot.
I feel like Sex Pistols is like the creators, and then like those three bands like made it like public. Because by the time Sex Pistols got big, they're already done.
True.
So like they came in like a flash, and like as that quick flash happened, like all these bands like got that.
I would say. So you're saying, what are the options again? The Misfits,
Ramones, or the Clash.
Or the Clash. Okay. So I would say for the genre, because they're both like that punk.
Yeah.
But I would say the Misfits were popular in their own way.
Okay.
So They were the heavy punk, like
Yeah.
deep, hard riffs, fucking heavy drums, and just that grungy sound. I would say the Ramones and what was the other one? Jesus.
Clash.
The Clash were both really popular with their songs here and
Yeah.
there in the U.S., but in like Europe and stuff,
Oh, they're the
they
biggest
were
band in the world.
glorified.
Yeah.
So I would say that
Before what's his face? What's his Mick Strummer? I want to say it's Mick Strummer.
yeah,
Their guitarist died. But didn't they break up?
the Clash.
Yeah, they broke up for a while, and then he died. Like, they were talking, and then he died.
Yeah,
And, like,
I'm not exactly sure.
I'm pretty sure that was it.
Another thing, my dad got me into the Clash. He got me into them.
Dude.
He used to show me all different types of
Going
songs.
back to VH1, like, I don't know, VH1 was a big influence on my music, because I would always see the top metal albums. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I gotta listen to this.
My dad would watch a lot of VH1.
Like the top, like, I don't know, like just the best songs of the 80s. And like from that music, I'd be like, oh, I like these songs, so I'll listen to this music. And then from there, I got like just interested in music. So I'm like, oh, they say, literally, they're like, oh, they say like, that's how I got to rap pretty much. They're like, they say this Carter 3, they say is like a great album. Like you have to listen to it.
yeah.
And I was just like, all right, like you're telling me it's good music. Like I trust like some of these sources already that it's good music, and like I had my uncle and everything, other people I trust with music, like were listening to it too. So I was like, all right, I listened to it, and then I was like blown away. I was like, okay. And then from there, I was like, okay, I have to hear more of this type of music. That's a big one. Like I found a new genre like all the time. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I have to find this type of music.
By the way, this is this song is Out of the Black by Royal Black. I learned about this song this summer. Definitely a nice rock song for music nowadays. Cause like I'm gonna put a couple of songs on next that describe the genre, but like rock hasn't been exactly what it was in the 90s or early 2000s.
I don't know what I feel like, honestly, because like rock was cool. Like I don't know, it felt cooler back then because it was like the most like heavy, like real thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, lately I feel like people just don't feel like they don't feel that way, one, but like rap is doing that. Rap is being like the most heavy, real thing. Like that's why like Kendrick and like J. Cole, like these guys are like having great albums because like you're like, oh shit, because like it's a real heavy album. And it, like even though it's not that genre, like it still is, like it has that feel of like a Metallica album or something. Where like you're like, oh wow. So I feel like rock kind of just, I don't know. So I feel like most rock popular songs are pop songs. Like rock only gets famous if it's a pop rock song.
Yeah.
Like a heavy, only like Avenged right now. I feel like really Avenged is the Metallica of our generation. Because if you look, even if you look by their careers, because like they have those big heavy metal, like those heavy ones in the beginning. So you have like what's their first album? I'm blanking on the first album.
Oh, sure. Backcountry?
No, not Metallica's.
Oh, Ride the Lightning? No. Shoot. I can look it up.
Well, they have that one and Ride the Lightning, and then like Avenged has like their two heavy ones. Like Ride the Lightning got like somewhat more popular, like how City of Evil was.
Yeah.
And then like where people start to jump off is like the self-titled one because there's more pop on that one, and that was and that's like their Black album, which is a self-titled album.
Fucking great album, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, so like they're I don't know, and like right now Avenged is pretty much the biggest metal band in the world, like of our coming from our type of time of music.
If I'm reading this correctly, Kill 'Em All was the first one.
Kill 'Em All. There we go.
It says Kill 'Em All.
That one had Search and Destroy.
Yep. Ride the Lightning and Master of the Puppets were all from 1983 to 1986.
See, it's weird. Metallica is like really an 80s band,
Oh, my phone thing just crashed. I'm sorry.
but I don't know, I always kind of see them as like a 90s band. Because when I think thrash, I think 90s.
Ooh, here we go. So this is
Like when I think 80s, I think hair metal and glam and shit.
Blackened by Metallica.
This is the album I was forgetting. This was before Black Album, but in between Master of Puppets, I believe, right? Or was this
Yes.
before? Yeah,
Yes. This Black Album's more
90s. It came out like
mid 90s.
I think 92 or 3.
Okay. Something there.
So
this,
you're
this
like
is old. This is like 89, 88. Because then, after Master of Puppets, I'm not sure. Oh. Lars. I love the way Lars plays. Very heavy and just firm hits. He just like, he's really into it. You can just feel it in his music. Like, oh. I love it. I think it's awesome.
This is the first Metallica we have played on our show right now.
Ooh.
Love it. This is the first time for many of these bands that first time being on the show.
Have you had many repeats?
No, I have not had any repeats.
That's good.
That's like, I really like, if I have my own radio station, which I will like when I become old, like that's what I want. I want my own radio station.
That'd be sick.
Like when I'm retired, like I don't know, like that's like the thing I could just rest on. Like I have a radio station, like it's mine.
Do you?
Well, no, I'm saying like
Oh,
that's,
if you could
yeah,
get one.
and I'm like 60 or something, and I have like I'm the founder of that station.
That would be sick.
That's like what I want, but like I would want it to be like the most random. Like literally, you could hear something different every day.
That'd be nice. But at the same time, I could see that bringing in and scaring fans off.
No, I feel like the way you could like change it is like
Hourly?
yeah, probably like hourly and stuff. Like all right, from this time to this time, or like every this day or something, we're gonna have 90s, and the next day we're gonna have like or like all 90s, like all just great songs from the 90s, and then like the next day you're gonna hear like the best like hip hop songs of the last year or something. The next day you're gonna hear like new metal. And the next day you're gonna hear like, and like you tell people like on this day you're gonna listen to it, like I don't know, like yo tomorrow like during the Metallica hour.
I get what you're saying.
So like yo next is we're gonna listen to some new hip hop. So
No, I get you. Ooh. My dad raised me up on this band. This is all I used to listen to when I was a little kid. The first album I ever heard was the Black Album.
wow,
First ever like thrash rock was the Black Album by Metallica.
so guys, my dad went to a show.
Yep.
It was Metallica, Guns N' Roses, and Motorhead
Where?
at the I think it was the old Lake Sports Arena
In
in LA. And he was just like, dude, that concert was crazy. Like, Metallica opened,
Jesus.
so they're like just blew it away. Like the first one, he's like, holy shit. And then Motorhead came out after, and he's like, oh shit, Motorhead. Like holy, like my uncle is like way more into like heavier metal than he is. Like he like kind of like liked it when it was like, I don't know. My dad kind of just likes, he likes kind of pop music like of the
Yeah.
time. But like he likes like I don't know, like he likes a little more of that time. So like he'll like the undercuts of those times.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, but like he was just like yeah. And then Guns N' Roses came out, and then they did 3 songs, and Axl Rose got all pissy and left. And I was like, what? You went to an Axl Rose like tantrum? Like that's as cool as going to the show because like that's what he was famous for. He was like yeah.
My dad's friend went to a Metallica concert, got a box seat to himself.
What?
Right, watching on because no one was allowed in the box seats for that concert, but because his wife worked at the the stadium, they let him go up. He just sat there, peace and quiet, or not peace and quiet, but
like
uninterrupted.
Watching just
himself.
like live Metallica.
Watching live Metallica, and he said he loved every second of it.
That would be cool.
Awesome.
You know what? If I owned like the Staples Center or something, I would do that all the time.
Right?
I'm like, what? Like, I would try to get the coolest bands to come to my show, and then like at times I would just chill and just like watch live music for my enjoyment. That's why I want to own like a club or something.
Yeah.
Like that's another side
Club
thing. Like,
and a radio station. Damn.
like no. My thing is like I will run the show from the club because
That'd be
like.
cool.
The club will kind of be in a similar fashion as like anybody could be playing at that club at the time.
But for a club's perspective, you got to be careful. You have to be careful with that because you want to play what's the most popular at that time to get the most money.
Yeah, no, well, I don't know. I feel like if I was like a smaller club promoter, you can't because like there's clubs in LA that they play like every type of band, every type of music, like like or like even to get like to a size of like the of the like Palladium or the Troubadour or something like or like the I don't know what's like one or like the House of maybe like not the House of Blues but a House of Blues type show.
I get what you're saying.
Like venue. Like I own something like that where it's just like the show. Like anybody could be on this night.
That is interesting.
So you're listening to all types of music all the time. I don't know, man. I feel like you're good at this.
What, music?
Like I don't know, like I'm just with the show going on. Like you're a good guest. You're into music. Maybe you should go into the radio again.
Dude, that'd be great. I would love to consider it.
You want to be my co-host? That is an official invite if you want to be my co-host.
Possibly. I could definitely make
I mean,
this
we were
work.
able to handle those two, our own guests.
Which is crazy.
We even got sponsorship. Oreos.
Right, Oreos. Thank you.
I don't even know why I'm smiling.
Right.
This is radio. Like, you can't see me smiling. Just envision me with like a big cheesy smile, thumbs up, and an Oreo cookie. And I'm just like, yeah. I may have to, like, that probably will be like the cover picture for the show this week. Just so I get that Oreo sponsorship. I'm like, yeah, Oreos.
Jesus. Nice Foo Fighters.
Yeah, I was playing new Foo Fighters on my first show. This is the older Foo Fighters.
Oh,
One of
yeah.
probably one of the best Foo Fighters songs ever.
Oh, easily. Easily. Hardest drum beat ever. I mean, maybe not the hardest ever, but this is one ridiculous drum piece. I've tried just sitting there trying to do it, and it's so much harder than we think in this tiredness, or not tiredness, the strain and like burn you feel in your arms while you play it. It's just like high. It's crazy.
I remember when I attempted the drums. I don't know. I liked playing the drums. It just the like construction of it frustrated me. Like I was too like I was like the drummer for like my church and stuff. Like I would drum. Like I just bring it and they're like, oh, do you want to drum at the church? I'm like, if I get to have my drum set here and I get to jam out during school, yeah, sure. And they're like, yeah, keep it in the library because nobody ever went in the library, which is ironic. I get to rock out inside of a library.
Yeah, what?
Which is like, think about it now, that's the coolest kid ever.
Right?
And like my friends would come in and if they played something, like they'd jam out and like people would just come and chill.
Yeah.
And I was like, word. But like just bringing it back and forth in the morning, like I'd have to wake up extra early and like I was just like, oh, and it took me like 20 minutes every time to like build it and then take it out of the bags and rebuild them and everything. And then my snare broke. Like it just sounds awful, and it's like $100 to get like another snare. Because it just like, okay, you know how a snare is supposed to sound.
Yeah.
Like it's like
You got the
like
silver,
smack.
Yes.
Mine goes donk. Oh, donk. Like it was donk. I was like, what the fuck? Like
Maybe you needed a new drum head.
I figured that. Well, yeah, that's what happened to like the bottom one. No, I figured that. I'm like, what the fuck? So I got a new head, and I'm playing it donk donk donk. Like it just sounds like it's weird. I don't know what's wrong. I like.
is the
And like there's that piece like inside. I got a new piece too, and it was just like donk.
That's weird.
But it just broke. I was like, fuck. I remember somebody telling me it was something, and I was just like, yeah. But I'm like, I just want a new stick. Like my mom was like, why don't you play your, like she still tells me that, like, why don't you play your drums? I spent this money on your drum set you never play. Like, because it's like a hassle to put up. Like, I don't know. I'd rather just listen to it than build it and try to play it. Like, I can't play it as good, so I might as well listen to it.
True.
And I'm like, if it was put up, and then I'm like, if I had a good snare, I would go.
Yeah.
I don't have a good snare, so it would just frustrate me even more.
It's a little.
So like, I know a few songs like on drums, like I can like. No lessons though. I just went for it.
I tried taking lessons, struggled.
Like my friends that like are like were in high school and everything that were drummers. We were both in a band. Shout out to Carlos Lopez and Chris Artiaga. they're legit like in band. My homies like has this show, and I'll try to find your link and tag you in it, and you know get some like heads out there to see. There's a little like fest going on. Like he's inside like a small little fest like in Hollywood. Like one of those. I think it's like at the Fox or like what? Not the Fox, like the Echoplex or something. It's like a small one on Sunset. But I mean, that's still cool.
True.
And I'm like, good for you, dude. And like my other homie, Chris Artiaga, he's coming. Like, I don't know if he already got the scholarship or he's just a really good fucking drummer. And he's gonna come to, like, he was gonna come to Berkeley or something.
Ooh.
Like the one up here in Boston, the conservatory.
Yep.
Like,
Good school.
My homegirl goes there. Shout out to Andy. She goes to Boston Conservatory as a dancer.
Oh, okay.
I didn't hit her up. By the way. Ever been on the show?
By the way, this is Queens of the Stone Age with Go With The Flow. On the album, this is interesting.
I don't know. Queens of Stone Age is such a weird band. Like, it's
Right?
like weird, but it's like a weird like you like listening to.
Yeah.
It does not sound like anything else. Like Queens of the Stone Age sounds like Queens of the Stone Age.
But, like, to go along with what you were saying, just think about them. This album is called Songs for the Deaf. Really?
That is reckless.
It's just like, what? They don't hear this? That's so sad.
There's always a band that's like this. I don't know. They're a little more, I guess, punky, but it's weird. KG Elephant.
KG Elephant.
I really like KG Elephant because they're different from everybody else. Like they just KG
But
Elephant does not sound like
these two are
anybody,
two different types of rock, though.
No, I'm saying, but like they're the other band that's just a weird.
Yeah.
It's like weird music, but like you
It's
listen
really
to it,
good.
like you actually like it, and you're like just like it doesn't sound like anything else, but I'll go with it.
Dude, I'll play another song that proves your point. But I've always been a fan Queen of Stone Age.
With the Dave Grohl as drummer.
That's on ooh. I don't know what album that was. I don't think it was Songs for the Deaf.
Is that their first one? He's on the first one.
He's on the first one? It may be that. I don't know.
I think that's the one with the pineapple or like the pirate on the front. I forgot what it's called.
Oh, the two light bulbs.
Yeah, the pink ones.
Era Vulgaris.
Yeah, that's their first one.
So he played on that. Huh. Not know that. Well, I did know he played for them. I just didn't know what album. Here. This song right here. It's a weird song, but we all listen to it still. Nice and heavy. I like the sound of the song.
I would want to go on tour with like a band like this. Have you ever seen the movie Almost Famous?
I'm not.
Oh, I guarantee you, of all people, will fall in love with this movie.
Really?
It is about a kid in like high school who like like wants to be a rock journalist. So like he meets this one writer, and then he gives him the number to like Rolling Stone. Like he's an ex Rolling Stone writer, and he's like, dude, you're actually like pretty good. Here, give him the number. Like he calls him, he says like, oh yeah, I'm already like 20, and I go to Berkeley and stuff. Like he's a high school kid, and he's like goes on tour with like this small indie band. Like they're kind of like in the medium like right now. Like they're right before, like they're not stars yet, but like people they fill up like good arenas.
Yeah.
And like he just goes around, he goes along on the this whole tour across the country with them, with this groupie who was played by Drew Barrymore.
Oh.
And like it's just like it shows like they just love like the beat. Oh, I saw that movie after Casa de Padre. I was like, just like, all right. And, like, I heard this movie is like pretty good. I guess I'll watch it. Like, I saw the description on Netflix and everything. I was like, I'll watch it. Great movie. I was like, this is the life you want to live. You want to tour with rock stars, you know?
That's crazy.
You get to say that on the.
Oh.
It's fine. There's no censors.
No, I gotta piss so badly.
I mean, if we get sponsored by Oreo, I may have to censor a little bit, but I don't know. Like I said, I would totally sell out for cookies. Anybody who knows me, who listens to the show, knows this.
Jesus.
Well then, we've been talking for a good hour now.
Wow, Jesus.
So, I guess do you want to end it on a song, or do you want one final?
I can go one more final. Let's go pick one.
Well, as he finds a song, this is Playlist with Sal Harold. I am here with John Magliano, Mags, known by most of you. You know him, you love him. Again, like the show on Facebook, subscribe to the channel, share the post, share the video, show your friends, show your cats, show your dogs.
And this is the song I'm going to be ending on tonight. This is Don't Forget Me by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I figured if we're going to be doing a show about punk rock, thrasher, all this stuff, you can't leave out Foo Fighters, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Nirvana in my book. You can't leave those three out.
Like
So
the
I figured I'd bring them up. And the best part about this song is it's by a very popular band, but something